Good morning, gang. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world when you are watching this. Welcome back to this week's Bitcoin update. Remember, let's get it out of the way. First and foremost, nothing's financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, and it's my view of the markets. Right, we got that out of the way. So, it's been a while. I've missed doing these public YouTube updates, but quite frankly, it's been chaotic at my end. So, apologies that you've not seen me for a while. We've had quite a lot of changes. So, on a personal level, I've just moved house, as some of you will know. So obviously busy decorating and doing things up. Within the group, we've made some significant changes. We brought on board Cake, the other coach who's working alongside me, and we've also promoted a handful of members that have been doing exceptionally well. They've studied the content, they've got the rhythm, they're working hard, and they also enjoy helping other people. So we've made some huge changes in the group there. We've changed the streaming schedule quite a lot. This is a big factor why I am not doing many public updates anymore. And luckily, one of our promoted members, Evelyn, has been doing a couple of updates for you guys. So I hope you appreciate that. Let us know down in the comments if you still want Evelyn to carry on doing this. If you appreciate the free updates. But as you can see here, obviously, the schedule that we've got in the group now is really busy. So on top of my usual morning plans, Cake and I are also doing 3 New York live streams per week where we're doing live trading. These are running for at least 2 hours. Cake's doing his weekly outlooks. We have a rotational Friday stream, which is often an educational module. In fact, I'm implementing a new educational module tomorrow, which is going to go through my new strategy that gives some crazy high numbers. If you follow me on Twitter, you will be seeing some of those numbers. And then we also have additional ad hoc streams on top of this, where the promoted members are also doing their own streams. In fact, we had one earlier this week, which was from Stealthy, doing a altcoin specific stream. And that, judging by the profit shots on the Discord today, has paid off quite nicely. So yeah, we've had quite a few updates. In fact, more updates. We've no longer using exocharts. We've moved over to a new order flow terminal called Market Monkey terminal, which is fantastic. I've been updating all the modules in the group on how to use that. And then I suppose the final bit of update that we've got is obviously Cake and I are streaming. As I've said, we're streaming our New York duo streams together, mainly trading the NQ because the NQ's been quite lucrative recently. So obviously if you like futures trading, you'd absolutely love it. And what we do is we record everything in a duo journal together. So obviously all these trades are taken live, but what we do is we're recording everything like a full journal. So obviously you guys that can't watch live or you're watching it back later, you can read where and why we took trades, why we took profits, why we didn't take trades, why we lost, why we won, and everything is completely transparent. You can see this. Obviously, we've been running this for September so far. September, we've had a very lucrative month. But yesterday we had one of our best days, 10.5R in total between us. A couple of losers, absolutely fine. So you can see here, and this is all this lot of video links and everything in, and this is what the members can look back on again if they're not able to watch it live with us. So yeah, it's been fantastic, and obviously we do look at altcoins, we do look at crypto still, we look at all sorts. But I think the big takeaway with this is, I get this question asked quite a lot is, why am I not day trading Bitcoin anymore? Why am I trading NQ? Well, quite frankly, the volatility for day trading on Bitcoin has dried up a little bit for me. And I find traditional markets such as NQ a lot more lucrative. So there's a lot more opportunities, across ES or the S&P, NQ, on Nasdaq. Gold, in fact, gold's been fantastic for swing trading. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll have seen some of that stuff. And the opportunities are there, more so than they are on Bitcoin at the moment. So Bitcoin, for me, is still great at swing trading. In fact, I'm still sat in 2 swing trades. If you've been following me on Twitter, you will see the reasons for these, full breakdowns of them on Twitter. But it's more set up for swing trading now for me, is Bitcoin, and that's absolutely fine. And again, that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So you know what we're looking for next. Okay, so first and foremost, obviously we're putting this high. This was back in July, so again, this is after my last public YouTube video. So we came down and nice, what looks like 3 waves. Again, it could be complex. It's completely irrelevant how it's done it, but we've come down in the corrective structure, and then after that, then we've come up and we've taken the highs. So obviously that's the reason why I had a nice short trade. Obviously we ran the highs, we had a nice batch of buying up here, and then obviously we tanked. Did I know this was going to tank like this much? No, I didn't, obviously. You know, it just ended up being really good low time frame idea that ended up running, and that's fine, and that's how you'll find a lot of these swing trades. Came back down again. This was obviously back at the end of August, and then since then, you know, we've just made our way up, you know, through September, which is kind of funny because if you read the sentiment on Twitter, or X as it's now known, throughout September, everyone was talking about bearish, but you know, we're still grinding up. So where's next? You know, what would we do here? So I know Evelyn talked about this on her last public stream for you guys, public video. And I'm kind of going to echo what Evelyn said, because the beauty of Evelyn is she does trade exactly like me these days. So we've got a few key things to look at here. Okay, we've got a few key things. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of technical analysis. Okay, so I'm going to do a trending volume profile up to there. There we go. Right, so where we are right now, would I long this now? And I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping most of you at home watching this is going to say no. Because why would you be longing into stacked confluent resistance zone? Okay, so we've got a point of control, which is the trend point of control of the whole move up. Obviously, this is since the 76k lows. So the volume profile's up here. Okay, you've also got a golden pocket. We also have, on top of this, if I bring this down, because it'd be a good time for you guys to see this. See if I can bring this up. I'm off screen at the moment, I apologize. Bring them down here, and this is Market Monkey Terminal. Okay, so this is the new order flow software that we are using. We can see here we've got a naked point of control as well, a weekly naked point of control above us. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've got a daily naked point of control above us as well. So again, this is a really stacked confluence zone. If you know what I trade like, I like confluence trading. So we've got a really heavily stacked confluence zone here. We also know that where we are right now, we have a huge take profit wall on certain exchanges that we pay attention to. So we know we've got a really stacked zone here. So you got to ask yourself, is this the smartest place to long into resistance? Obviously the answer is no. Okay, so what can we do here? Well, for me, I have skimmed some profit on my long. So this one that I showed, I've skimmed some profit here. Fine. This is risk-free. It's been risk-free for quite a while as this trade. I've skimmed a little bit of profit here. Now, for me, the question is, does it A, push through? And if it does, that's absolutely fine. It'll be the other people pushing it through, not me, because I'm not longing into resistance. But if we do push through, and then we get through the 707 and then the value area high, then realistically, there's not much above us here to be holding us down. You know, we can see the move from this all-time high that came down. It was quite thin. Okay, if you know me, I don't trade thin moves. I don't trade looking for resistance in this. So how I see this now is if we get above value area high, avoid the 786, it's not a major zone for me, then the first area we're going to look at is the 886. We're always going to look at an 886. I'm not saying that that's going to be a reject and fall, but the 886 often offers us a good low time frame trade. Okay, do we know if it's gonna? We don't know until it gets there. We want to see it hit it, and then we want to see a reaction, and then I want to see my entry criteria. If it doesn't do anything, then quite frankly, I'll be looking for a new all-time high. So what happens at all-time high? Do we get above, range a little bit, and then fall back down below? Well, in that case, Pretty obvious. There'd be a short trade there. Would I be shorting up here? No. Number one, I don't know what's going to happen up there. But number two, why would I blindly open a short above all-time high? Could it work? Yeah, of course it could. But what I want to see is I want to see breakout traders coming into the market. I want to see people longing 125k. I don't want to long 125k. That's a daft idea. But I want to see other people longing 125k. And then I want to see it fail. So if it then does fail, then I know that everyone that longed 125k is then offside. So if the masses market buy up here, and then it starts to come below the entry, well, what does that do? Well, that triggers the stop losses. So that triggers market sells. What does market sells do? It pushes price down. So, to reiterate, I don't want to short this, but I would short it if it then failed. I'm not looking for it to fail, but if it does, then I will short it. But if it gets above here and then holds and then carries on pushing up, great, cool. I will let my long ride, and then I will wait patiently for a new short at my next Elliott Wave target above. So, what happens if we do reject from this zone that we are in right now? Well, quite simply, it's a take profit zone on longs and potentially a place to look for shorts. Now, right now, I'll hold my hands up. I've not taken a short yet. This happened through the night for me. I was fast asleep. I don't really care. I'm not waking up just to take a trade. Life's too short for that. I prefer my sleep. I'm an old man. But if we do come up again, and then start to show some weakness and some serious market structure breaks, and again, see a lot of breakout traders get caught offside, and then price starts to fall, then yeah, I'll look for a new short. So regardless, we're in high time frame resistance area now. I'm not looking for longs in this zone. The only thing I'm looking for is shorts. But as it stands right now, I've not been presented with one. So I'm waiting patiently. If it does just roll down from here, cool. That's not my trade, because I didn't get my entry criteria in the time that I'm sat at the charts. And I'm fine with that. I won't chase it. I might get involved in it in a bigger move, lower, and that's absolutely fine. But again, I don't have a crystal ball. So I can't forecast that. But now, I'm just going to sit back and wait. Okay? If she gets another push-up during maybe New York today, then starts to lose it, then great, cool. I'll look for a short. Does that mean that short's going to go all the way down and take out these lows? No. It might just roll down and then come back up. We don't know. Let's wait and see. Okay. Now for longs here, I've been saying this to the members all week. It's a little bit trickier for me, is this for longs? For new longs, if it does start to reject here. Because I don't really have a big zone. The biggest zone I have right now is around this 382. And again, it's quite a wide zone as this. It's roughly 113k to 114k. Now, it's not necessarily a good zone that I'm looking for longs, but I think it's a crucial zone for bulls to hold. Okay, if you're in the group, you'll understand why. But, you know, some things I do keep for the group. It's a crucial zone to hold, is this, because if this starts to lose it, then realistically you're looking for a bigger tumble back into the algo. And then if the algo doesn't hold, then you are looking for a bigger tumble. Okay. Now, what happens if we go down even lower? Well, frankly, if we go down even lower, you've got this big 382 here, and the trend value area low, and there's a little bit more confluence here as well, around 105k. Is it a great zone? It's not the best of zones, but it's high time frame. Serious zone to pay attention to. So if we do end up rejecting, and then coming down, and then we start to change some structure, higher time frame, then yeah, I would look for longs down there. And if I don't get that, quite frankly, I'll be looking for a bigger drop, because my next area of interest is going to be around yearly open. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people sat there saying, it's never going to happen, Spay. It's never going to happen. Well, is it likely right now? Well, no. We're still technically uptrending. Overall, we are still uptrending. It's not that likely at the moment. But you've got to be prepared for everything. I'm just as prepared for this as I am for it to go way up here. I need a plan. I don't know which way it's going. Nobody knows which way it's going. Anyone that tells you they know which way it's going is talking out of their ass. All I know is if it goes to specific places where I have an area of interest, then do I get a trade set up? And that's how we should trade. Okay. That's my plans for Bitcoin. That's my plans for Bitcoin. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. And if you have, and you do want to participate in the New York streams and all the other stuff that we've got going in the group, just as a quick shameless plug, I'm going to throw this in here. We do have another week left on our back to school promotion, 20% off. So if you head over to our What page, the link will be down in the description. Use code BTS20, you will get 20% off, and obviously you can come join us. You get access to over 250 hours worth of educational material, which we've reorganized now. So it's now in a fantastic place. If you want to come in and learn order flow using MMT, you can come in and learn order flow. If you want to come in and learn Elliott Wave, it's all there. Everything's there in a really nice organized way. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the video down in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button. And until next time, gang, as you were, bye bye.